You both are racist. Ching ching chong, a kimchi gung, got a mushroom crowd for you. God damn it.
He's doing ching chong. I actually said
you are already dead. So.
Dude, shut up.
Okay, so I have a.
Or why?
He's playing Fallout. What the fuck did you do?
How would you play Fallout 4 with me?
What was with the oh god?
I'm big boned and I tried to get out of a chair.
You mean fat?
Damn.
Harder. Also, diabetic.
That's what dude. I've been doing that for the last 2 weeks. Yes, it does.
Putting down the potato chips for 5 minutes doesn't count. So you
I haven't had a bag of potato
chips
chips too.
That's not enough to lose a lot of weight.
Screw you! I had it when I was younger.
That's why
and
I eat like 2 or 3 pounds of
don't
popcorn a day and only weigh 200. I should weigh like 300 or 400, but nope.
Bro, I hate you. Can't wait to see what it is.
Can't wait to not do.
Could have been one day, but oh well.
God damn it! This is why I fucking hate this mission. Hey, I'm the one in the south. Only I can say that.
Well,
no, because you weren't
only if you're in southern Kentucky,
state.
then it's considered southern state. But if you're in northern Kentucky, it's a northern state.
It's because it's like in the middle. That's why.
Yeah. So you don't so you can't no.
So fuck you. Damn it! Fucking burn it out!
Yeah, comment about meth he made. Methamphetamines was a drug made by the Nazi government for the so that
Can
they
anyone
have to
hear
feed
him?
their soldiers, and the
quiet.
soldiers didn't have to sleep. The scientists that were involved in making it and killing the Hebrews and all that stuff was given asylum and moved to the United States, where they mass production methamphetamines and gave it to citizens in the United States, creating a generation of meth addicts. Then they started a black
so that's
market.
where the meth babies come from.
Then they started a black market distribution of it, so that they could use it as a form of income among the police department. And it's been my experience in my 43 years that the majority of the meth addicts, not only are they legally manufacturing and selling meth, but they are like uniformed police officers and relatives of police officers, relatives of attorneys, people that work in the judicial system, including judges and stuff like that.
Basically, someone who's in or near a position of power.
Yep. And anytime that anytime anybody gets into power, into their little clique of doing that,
talk to you later.
In a way, they arrest them and bust them. There with it's the same thing with the other drugs, CIA, FBI. No problem with CIA, FBI. There with hey man.
Yeah, I still got like another 30 minutes, and I have no one else to talk to, so hi.
Alright, that's fine. But yeah, it's unbelievable stuff. Back when I was a kid, there with I went through a bunch of depression, and I started drinking heavily during my depression, and the drinking was getting out of hand and was getting dangerous, and I turned to some hippie relatives of mine about how they maintain and keep sober, and they turned me on to marijuana, and I started smoking marijuana a little bit, and it got me off the alcohol and the booze and helped me through my depression.
I wouldn't really call that sober, but sure.
Well, there's a difference between alcohol and marijuana buzzes. But
Yeah,
during
but
that time
high and
period,
drunk to
during
me
that
are the
time
same thing
period,
as in terms of sober.
during that time period, I met a lot of people, a lot of people, and one of the things that was really unusual was when our area ran out of marijuana and there was no marijuana around to buy. Lots and lots of people, would be freaking out needing marijuana. Around about that time, a diesel truck full of marijuana would get raided at the weight station outside Springfield, Missouri. They're here. That's just a couple counties away. It would get raided, and they would get hauled in and confiscated. And within a month, there'd be so much marijuana on the streets that you could buy what was during the difficult period worth $1,000 for like $200. That's how much there was. And it'd be like that for about 6 months. Then the prices would start going back up again. And then around 9 months to a year, everybody'd start freaking out because they didn't have any. There'd be people grabbing at straws trying to find some. And then another diesel truck gets nailed outside Springfield, Missouri. And the streets get
It just
flooded
sounds like an
again.
army of addicts.
And what was you were struggling to find and looking to spend up to $1,000 to get, you could get for $200, and you could get it just about go to the store and buy it. It was so easy to find.
The stock pretty much just kind of fluctuated
And then
from over to none.
Yep, as for the other stuff, I was never into that stuff, but there was this one family here locally. They manufactured it, sold it, enforced with violence and guns and everything else. Everybody knew it. Their meth labs had been busted several times. Stuff like that, and they still run around with guns. They're with one of them has a conceal and carry license. They're still manufacturing meth. They're still selling meth. And they're with they have a relative that's a lawyer and 2 relatives that are cops. And then they're with this other group. They're with I know he makes a magical miracle elixir, and he's been busted for manufacturing it and selling it 7 times now, and he has never been tried and convicted of it yet.
Damn it. But yeah, I know a lot of weed smokers personally. I'd never do it, but I know a lot of them who do.
Yeah, they're with it's pretty good for pain and stress and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but it's just
Probably
like
take your
all
high,
medicine. It's medicine. You take it when you need medicine. You don't take it when you want to have fun. You don't take it when you take it when you need medicine, and that's when you take it.
Yeah, whenever it comes to pain, I just kind of power through it.
Yeah, when you get older, it's impossible to power through it. And then eventually it gets so bad, the Tylenols and that stuff doesn't work. And then the only thing you can turn to is the opiums. And the doctors don't want to give them to you. And then if you do get them, they try to take them away from you as quickly as possible. And
That's because it's highly addictive, probably.
exactly. And then you find or stuff after stuff after stuff of how foreign countries are to blame and foreign countries bring them in here, but that's not how it really
Because
works.
we clearly have none on the inside.
There with the pills and stuff or surpluses from manufacturing companies, stuff like that. They're not
I doubt
made.
just your neighborhood drug dealer would have to be the capability of manufacturing pills.
Ship that shit in like they think that you can. It's not possible. The only way you can ship that stuff in like they claim it's possible is for you to own the docks and own the inspectors. There's no other way you can do it. It's just and
So no drug mules apparently.
yeah. What's going on is I would say the manufacturing companies are manufacturing for like CIA and stuff like that, and they're distributing it and selling it, and they're with the drug enforcement agency whose job is to sell drugs, manufacture drugs, and sell drugs to American people and attempt to locate. It's scary stuff, man. You're best to stay out of it. If your state makes it legal, and you come across it or anything, or it's just like taking an aspirin or a Tylenol or something like that. And if anybody's using it more than that, they have a problem.
Like I said, I'm not getting involved in any sort of drugs.
Yeah,
Not even alcohol. I don't do that.
And as for the opiums, you just need to fucking stay away from them altogether.
Yeah, I'm fully aware. I've seen some crazy ass shit down here.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the stuff I've seen opium addicts do.
Yeah, I have no idea how many times it's happened, but my mom has actually appeared in the you know how every now and then your area of the state will like put out a magazine or whatever, newspaper mostly, saying who's been arrested and when.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom's appeared in it a few times.
Yeah.
For various reasons. But a few of them was narcotic possessions.
Yeah, the bad kind, or what? Like amphetamines and
Fuck if I know.
barbiturates?
I don't know. She was a nurse before that, so that probably has something to do with it. Because a lot of those prescriptions shit counts as narcotics.
Yeah. Man, this stunt stuff is hard. It's stunt driving stuff.
Did you get this week's car on the wheel?
No.
Well, I did.
I never get the stupid thing. There's one guy I play
It's a
with it, and he gets it
Stromberg.
every week.
It's a submarine car.
I know. They're with. They told me to do the glitch to get it, and I just haven't done it. They're with. I have problems doing those glitches.
It's not a very difficult one.
Yeah, I know. And I guess that's what everybody's doing it, and I don't know.
For the vehicle I actually want, it's something I really don't care about. I'll just spin it every now and then just to see. Which I see. I think it was like 5 minutes till 10 whenever I last got it, so I'll wait till then. But yeah, it took like 2 days of just doing that glitch to try to get the Stromberg.
Yeah.
Granted, I did stop the grind for a bit. It really varies as to how much time it takes to do this.
Every time I spin it, I get clothing and
RP.
chips and occasionally money, and that's about all I ever get off of it.
I've landed on the discount maybe twice and mystery once, and I don't even know what it did.
Yeah, I got the discount once, and I tried to buy a truck, and it took the money out, and then it didn't send the car what was supposed to send the car, and then I couldn't find the car anywhere, and so I contacted Rockstar and they refunded my money.
Hmm. I've never heard of that happening. You couldn't find it in any of your garages?
Nope, it was in none of my garages.
Weird.
I was driving down I was riding in a car on the interstate when it happened.
When you just kind of won a car? Or
No,
when
I
you
bought
the
it.
car?
I won the discount on it, and I bought a car
Yeah.
using the discount.
Yeah.
And when I got to the location, I couldn't find it on the map anywhere, and I was like, well, it must have went to my garage then. And when I got there with it, it wasn't there. It wasn't in any of my garages, and it wasn't on the map
It should never
anywhere.
spawn in the world. Whenever you buy it, you send it to a location.
I know, that's what I thought. And sometimes when you buy them, they spawn right next to you. But it didn't do that, and it wasn't in any of my garages. And I thought I put it in. I got an apartment down by the beach. It's that one apartment nobody likes, but it holds 6 cars, and it's the cheapest apartment that holds 6 cars. And I thought I put it in there, but it wasn't in there.
Yeah, I got the most expensive apartment, so. Let me see what y'all talking about.
Well, my motorcycle club and my crew is called Beach Bumming. And it wasn't until everybody started harassing me about wanting my help running missions that I actually started running missions.
You just kind of chilled out.
Yeah, I just...
we're talking about like the 0115 Bay City Avenue. Like at the furthest south one I can see next to the beach.
I didn't get anything out of that one.
It's one of the houses. It's at the far south of the beach. It's still on the beach, or at least near it. Yeah. Well, my crew's name is I wish it was Controlled Chaos, but someone else took that, so I had to do
582. The guy that won that race was a 582.
Yeah, either he's a hacker or he's been grinding for a long time. Probably just grinding. Whenever it's a hacker, they're up in the thousands.
I don't even know why you'd want to be that way. I was thinking about when I got about to 150, I would pull out and go do something else. Like come in with a different character or something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, like after 120, there's nothing else to unlock.
Yeah, after 100,
At that point, it's
really
just, let's see what I can buy this time.
And I've been doing the bunker stuff, so that way I can unlock all the weapons and stuff. Once I unlock all the weapons there, that's going to be about it. I mean...
Yeah, after I unlock all the bunker shit, I'm just going to have it set specifically to manufacturing. And I'll just use it for money, that's it.
Yep. That's what I was going to try to do too. And I filled it full stock again. I was trying to ship out through the nightclub, and I can't do it without a hangar and a CEO. So I just...
Not a hangar.
Yeah, a hangar.
I don't need a hangar to do my shit.
Just ship it out from the casino, from the nightclub.
Yeah.
You accumulate everything into the nightclub, and then you ship it out from the nightclub.
I don't need a hangar to do that, though. I just need a van.
No. You ship it out to like foreign countries and stuff.
Wait, so you can do the gun running shit through the nightclub?
Yeah. Okay. You buy.
I didn't know that.
You get to the motorcycle club, and then you get all the the methamphetamines, the cocaine, the marijuana, the counterfeit,
all those different shit,
money,
yeah.
and the counterfeit documents. You get all those things there, and then you get the bunker, and then you get a hangar, And then when you have all that stuff, it all comes in, and you get shipments into the hangar, and then you get shipments. You get your the stuff you make in the bunker, and then you get your pharmacies and everything else, and then that all piles up in your clubhouse. And when it piles
Oh,
up
is
into your
that the quote
clubhouse,
unquote sporting goods? Is that the bunker?
yeah,
I was wondering where that came from.
that's
'Cause I have like
that's
like
that's
three
weapons and
different
stuff like that
businesses.
from the bunker. The stuff you manufacture from the bunker. and
Okay.
and then the
'Cause-
hangar is the imports exports. You got to have the hangar for the imports exports.
mm. Yeah, I don't have a hangar right now. That's 2 mil. I'm only halfway there.
Yeah. And then I don't know exactly how it works, but you can then ship out. I don't know if you have to do it yourself, just like you have to with you see where I'm going with the
Yeah.
other ones, or if you can ship it, and it does it automatically. But at least then you don't have to do all of the little ones to do the shit to do one. And
Yeah. Well, there's a sell all option.
yeah, and I can't get it. When you do your motorcycle club stuff, there's the little bar of your supplies. Anytime your bar gets over a quarter, you have to have somebody else help you do the delivery,
Yeah.
and you have to do the deliveries before they get over a quarter, or you have to have help. And if you have anything like a halfway or above, you have to have up to 4 people help you.
I probably needed 3.
The other night I was delivering counterfeit bills, no counterfeit
Yeah,
documents,
that's what
and
I'm talking about. I only had 3.
It was 4 motorcycles we had to do, and we lost one to a guy that was combating us. And if we would have had anybody that was aggressively combating us, we wouldn't have got any of them, because we had to drive. There was 2 of us doing it, and we had to drive. Each one of us drove one to the location, and then we had to drive back up there and get the other 2 and drive back and do the other 2. And every one of them was in a different location on top of that. So if there was 4 people, it was plausible that it could be done. But without 4 people, it's
Yeah. Whenever it comes to grinding, I typically wait till I'm in a low player count or no player server. Like I'll lag out or whatever. If that doesn't happen, then I'll go like do jobs or something. Thankfully, most players realize it's not even fucking worth it.
what the hell?
There's an issue.
Yeah, I got lost. Now I'm 7th place. I've never played the stunt races before.
Neither have I.
I was giving them a try tonight.
I've done maybe 1 race, and while I was in the middle of picking my car, the counter ticked down to the final second. So I didn't even know what the fuck I was driving, and apparently it was a slow ass truck, and I got last place because of it. Actually, I didn't even get to finish because of how slow it fucking was. I don't know why they would make that car an option.
Yeah, I don't like the Italian sports cars at all. And I've got a bunch of sports cars, American sports cars. And I stole a Dubster and I turned it into my personal vehicle. And ever since I've done that, I can't stand driving freaking sports cars anymore. It's just, the handling is so awful, the braking is so awful. They're constantly bouncing all over the road and they're hard to handle.
It's a lot better than the Duco Death, though.
But the
Muscle
Dubster's
cars are
not
a
very
pain in the
fast.
fucking ass. They have the Duco Death has like no traction. That's a real pain in the ass. Like, I actually stopped driving the Duke on Death Round because of that. I only ever drove it because I was well protected. It took like 8 oppressor missiles to kill me.
Huh.
But because of the poor handling, I stopped driving that and started driving the Ocelot Locust. And then after that, I drove the Sanctus. Back to the Locust, and now I have the Stromberg. I went to the wrong spot. I meant to go down to the Terror.
Yeah, I've been wanting the APC really bad.
Yeah. What makes it better is it's an aquatic tank.
Yeah, I really like it.
I remember I was doing a gun running resupply, and you know it's like a little caravan thing. You have to like stop the convoy, steal the supplies. Well, for some reason this time around it was an APC, and I was almost up to it. I was like on the western side of the island, and there was a bridge coming up, but I saw a little break in the side of the road, which is right next to the fucking water. I'm like, this thing's aquatic. Let me just dive off this real quick and lose these enemies. When I did that, I see their dots coming behind me over the water and then disappeared. I turn my camera around to see their car sinking. I'm like, you dumb motherfuckers! You followed me in. Yeah, they need to work on their AI a bit.
Yeah, there was a old woman in a Cadillac driving on the beach today. It was funny. I couldn't believe it. It was just, a Cadillac, 4-door, big old huge monster riding down the beach today. It was like, what the hell? It was like it was supposed to have been on the highway or something, and it spawned in the wrong location.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. I've seen some crazy shit like that though. I do, what the fuck? I don't have this over here? Yeah, stop that bitch in there. Oh, fuck, what was I gonna say? Whatever. So what can I think the only thing I can do is drone. Oh, fuck. Is there any benefit to owning a yacht, or is it just a privilege to show off?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I know one yacht owner, and he wouldn't discuss it.
Why not?
Because the person I met him through got in an argument with him one time and did one of those orbit strikes on it and blew it up.
You can blow up the yacht?
Yep.
Did it like sink?
I don't know. There with I asked, and it was the story was laughing and bragging that they done it, and then I met the guy through him that they done it to, and he brought it up, and I was trying to discuss it with him, and there was like an awkward moment of silence, and then there was some aggression tones and stuff like that, and then I tried to change the subject, and then it was forgotten.
Yeah, using an orbital cannon on a fucking yacht is a waste of money. It's like $250,000 to fire one shot. And those yachts are expensive. Like, the most expensive you can possibly make it is almost 10 mil. The cheapest you can make it is 6 mil.
Oh, for the yacht? Yeah,
Yeah.
It was almost 12 mil for the one I wanted.
Fuck. I made my shit as expensive as possible because I'm baller like that, and it was only up to 10 mil.
Yeah, there with it was. Are you going to the? I think it's the Aquarius model.
I'm going to the most expensive model because it looks the most badass.
Yeah, it was the Aquarius model, and then it was just the options that was available on it, and it all added up to like 11.8 or something like that, 11.6 or something like that.
Yeah, I actually have a screenshot of the way I have mine customized. It only went up to a little less than 10 mil.
Yeah, well, you know, it's all to each other's preferences, you know. And
Well, I have everything on it. I have the lights, the paint, the
well, the color, the
fucking most
paint,
expensive one,
shit, I finally
gold
fell off the
rails.
rip.
I had it as expensive as possible.
And there with the color of the paint and the color of the lights changed the prices, and the
Well, I
day
had
I
the
did
yellow.
it, like I said, the day I
Covered
did
up,
it, it
so.
was something like a little over 11 mil, and I was just like, damn.
That shit expensive. I mean, thankfully you can always like come back later and revise it. God damn it! I got a piece of clothing.
Yeah.
It better look good. Oh, never mind. It's not going to be good. It's a white dynasty. You look like a fucking Sims character walking around in that.
Yeah. Yeah, one of my friends plays Sims all the time. I don't know what happened. We were playing Fallout together, and now she's like plays Sims all the time. Kind of weird.
Sims is fun, so. Where's the hoodie? Oh, maybe it's under designer. Oh, because you know it's his own thing apparently. Yep, that looks like shit. I was looking for maybe it's just
Yeah, these
diamond
races
alone.
suck. I'm not getting any
Not
experience
branded.
out of them at all. I'm getting no experience and no money.
Out of what?
These races, I'm getting no experience and no money.
Yeah. Well, the gun running stuff is currently doubled, and I can't remember what mission type. But there's something being doubled. Oh yeah, the MOC missions are double money and double whatever the fuck. And I actually own an MOC, so.
I think I'm gonna go run some survival.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it's expensive. Only 10 mil, like evened out. I went through every setting. So since since the last time you did whatever, it has probably reduced in price. Jesus Christ, 80 mil for that one build though. That's like the most expensive shark card. Can get you that. Can I just choose no flag? Nope.